Okay, class, we're going to start in a short while, so I'm just polling to see if all of you are ready to start. Okay, I'll just wait for another 2 minutes for the rest of the 49 respondent who hasn't responded yet. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. I'll start in 1 minute's time. If they are even, hopefully they are in shortly. Okay, I shall not wait and I'll continue with the next part of the lecture. So this is the third part of the approach of management. So what type of skills do manager need? Okay, today we are going to touch on 4 different skill sets as you see from this slide. I'm going to explain a bit further on each of these skills so as to explain the function and the skills that is needed. Any question, just stop me, all right? So first, let's talk about conceptual skill. So now, what is basically conceptual skill? Conceptual skill is basically skills that is needed mostly. I won't say that the lower management does not need to have conceptual skill, but mostly conceptual skill are needed more at the higher top managers side. Is because they are supposed to diagnose complex situation, and in order to make good decision. Okay, so usually conceptual skills, they talk about analysis and how they can move things better, and usually this is when we call it the brain work. Okay, and usually, like I mentioned earlier, in a hierarchy point of view, it is usually done mostly at the top level of the hierarchy. Okay, these are the people, the top managers are the people that needs to analyze and diagnose what is wrong with the company or organization, and what can be done to make the organization better, the strategies. Are we going to do joint venture? Are we going to do acquisition? Or are we going to do diversification? Okay. Now, the next one that will be needed. Okay, before I continue, question about these conceptual skills? Question? Okay, every point I will just stop for a moment so that you all can ask question. Okay. Now the next one, if no question, let me just continue. The next one will be technical skills. Okay. Now, anyone want to try? What does it mean by technical skills? Okay, I give you a few seconds, and maybe some of you can share with me what do you mean? What does it mean by technical skills? Let's make the learning fun and engaging. All right. So, can someone tell me what is technical skill? Microsoft Words and Excel. Okay, that can be part, but what other technical skills? Anyone? Knowledge. Okay, okay. What type of knowledge? Technical skills are knowledge needed to perform specific tasks. Okay, good. Who else? Okay, Mahisha has said that technical skills are basically knowledge needed to perform a specific task. Effective communication is not really technical skill, but it's more on interpersonal skill instead. Okay, now technical skills are basically knowledge or expertise or certain techniques that need to perform certain tasks. Example, like the operation of computer system, manufacturing, information technology. These require specialized knowledge. Okay, so the key word is actually, okay, let me just type this down. It's actually specialized, okay, knowledge. Okay, this is basically what we call technical skills. All right, and usually for technical skills like operating of machineries is also considered as technical skill. Car mechanic are also considered as technical skills because they possess certain expert job knowledge. Okay, Not like, okay, not like as if like you and me know how to fix car. Of course, some of you might know, but technical skills are basically specific expert job knowledge. Okay, that is technical skill. So specialized knowledge. Example like car mechanic. Okay, can be one. Accountants. Okay. Machine operator, or even like what we're doing now, we're doing online blackboard teaching, right? Even those IT guys, they actually possess what we call technical skills. Okay, technical skills are usually a bit or more needed for operation staff. What do I mean by operation staff? Meaning they are at the, I won't say lower end of the hierarchy, but probably at this part of the hierarchy rank. Okay, because they are the people who, or at this part, because they are the people who needs to operate or needs to function the daily operation of the business itself. Okay. So basically technical, you just need to understand that technical skill set is the certain specialized knowledge, okay, required. All right. Okay, let me just clear my slide. It's a bit messy. Question for technical skills? If not, let's move on to interpersonal skill. Okay, now, what is interpersonal skill? Interpersonal skills is something very interesting because this interpersonal skill basically talk about how you relate. Okay, I'm going to give you some keywords so it's easy for you to understand. How you're going to relate to people, or rather, the keyword is how can you relate to people? Okay, that's why they always say EQ. EQ is when you are able to understand people as well as understand yourself. Okay, and this will help you to work very well with others, especially in an organization setting whereby you might be dealing with quite a couple or number of people. Having good interpersonal skill, right, can definitely help you go far. Okay, any question in regards to interpersonal skills? So we actually also talk about communicating, how you motivate, you mentor. All these are interpersonal skills. Okay, so a good leader need to have very good interpersonal skills so that people will want to work for him or her. Okay, the last part which a lot of people mistook is political skill. Okay, this I'm going to pause for a while now, and I will want some of you to tell me what is political skill. Okay, now I have on my chat some questions. What is EG? Mahisha, you want me to repeat EG? What is EG? Example. Which example do you want to repeat? Conceptual, interpersonal, or technical skills? Okay, Nanda, software proficiency can be part of, like, okay, technical skills is basically a specialized knowledge. Just now I was using this example like fixing a car, repairing a car. That is a specialized knowledge or skill set. Okay, so it is like something which they are expert in doing. Okay, it is basically a knowledge. Yeah, okay. Okay, now, since I've answered the question, let's move on to political skills. I will give you 10 seconds. Or okay, I'll give you 1 minute. Think, what does political skill mean? I'm dwelling on this because a lot of people get mistaken political skills with politics. So give you some time. Let's hear from some of you your thoughts and opinion. What is political skill? No, it is not related with government or to the government. To understand people in the workplace, not really. If you're talking about understanding people in the workplace, right, is more interpersonal skill. Guang Yang say knowledge of law. No, not about, nothing to do with diplomatic approach. Well, not really diplomatic approach. Someone who can lead the people. Try again, try. Shark say connection with supplier. Okay, close. I'll give you 30 more seconds. Then I'll tell you what is political skills. Like I mentioned earlier, political skills has nothing to do with politics. Nothing to do with anything like the government laws or whatever. It is more, okay, something else. Okay, Jeannie say networking, social working. Chong Chin Yen say connection. Okay, good. Okay, let me just type here. Okay, sorry for interruption. I think there's some connectivity issue. Give me a second. Can you hear me? Sorry for the short interruption. Okay, great. So let's continue. So for political, no, not it's not about current situation about politics, but basically for political skill, it is basically having, the keyword is the right connection, right? Okay, so like I say, the reason why I wanted all of you to think for a moment is because political skills has always been mistook in management to be politics, dealing with other issues, but it is not. All right, it is basically something to do with right connection. Okay, so having the right connection will allow you to achieve resources which you need. Okay, so that is the reason why what it means by political adeptness, okay, or political skills. Okay, good. So can understand this part? Okay, if everything is okay, let's just move on. Okay, now the next one, we are going to explain why it's important to study management. Okay, everybody will be like, is why do we need to study management when seems like it is a whole lot of some jargons or etc. Okay, now the reason why we want to study management is because we want to improve how organizations are managed. Okay. Okay, the thing about management is that we must understand in the past and today's context, right? There are a lot of changes. Okay, and the changes is something which we need to understand how we can better adapt to the uncertainty and complex environment. Why is it that we need to improve, okay, how organizations are managed? Because in the later few slides, we will talk about there is a changing in terms of workplace as well as workforce. So we need to make sure that we deals with strategies and solution to better in getting things done in a situation whereby uncertainty is always happening. Okay, so that's the reason why we study management. Okay, so this slide, okay, this is just a slide to say that either we are being managed or we manage. Okay, like what I mentioned already, why is it that we need to do this? It's because of reshaping and redefining management. Okay, in today's context, right, I just need to say these two things. We are facing changing workplace as well as changing workforce. Workplace. If you can see like now, even traditional way of classroom settings, right, currently is being bring forth to online platform, isn't it? And changing workplace again from physical store. Now we are using a lot on virtual reality, okay? Meaning virtual shops. Do you all still go shopping mall to shop for stuff? Of course you do, but a lot of times, right, we are migrating in such a way that we are doing our shopping online. Of course, some of the products we need to be there in person to try it, but changing workplace is something which we need to understand for the reason of improving how management is being done. Okay, so it is no surprise that in today's context, what has causes all this? It is actually technology, and technology has changed the way we work and the way we do things as well. In a way, many organizations, right, we start to use apps. We start to use things that are mobile enabled, okay? And in a way, why is it that we can manage to go into working from home? It is because of technology as well. And it has also enhanced in a way for effectiveness and efficiency. Just like today's context with things happening like virus, even before this, already workforce has been changing in terms of their workplace. Working from home, and they can even work anywhere, right? So the changing workplace is actually talking about this. And it will still be continue to be changed because of global uncertainties. So we are still trying to manage, and globally things are still being managed, even like the most so-called profitable like grocery stores, they continue to struggle in a way to have to retain their customers because there are so many competition out there, right? So the next one is changing workforce. Now, what is changing workforce? Okay, let's ponder. And maybe let's have some of you tell me what is changing workforce. Like I mentioned earlier, right? Changing workplace, it's just like a system and a process. But changing workforce is something that deals with people again. So what about changing workforce? Okay, generation. What else? Workers. Yes. Okay, now when we look at changing workforce, when we look at this workforce, it deals with what we call people. Okay, pardon my drawing. Okay, just excuse my drawing. I know I'm not the best artist in the world, or I'm not even near to able to draw. Artificial intelligence. Okay, if you want to use artificial intelligence, but that is I can accept. Okay, but when we talk about basically changing workforce, other than artificial intelligence, let us just deal with just human. It is a change in generation and okay, if let's say we scrape away generation gap, this is the change in how people think. Okay, now the change in how people think, if you link it back to environmental issue, it can be such. Just like in the past, baby boomers, the way they work is they will die for the organization. Once they join the company, they will die for the company. But you look at generation now, they are more looking for opportunities. So they can join this company A, but maybe after 2 months, they join company B. If there's no opportunity, they will join company C. So their mindset is already different. And the way they do things is different. Plus, with the changing environment and the creation of digital technology, the way they do things are different. It is no longer, in a way, the more traditional one. And millennial generation, okay, now, let me just do a polling again. Who in this class, let me just do a polling, is between, okay, if you are, you just write yes, okay, between age group of 20 to 30 years old. Let's start. The rest, age unknown. Okay. Anyway, this is just about the rest, since you want to keep your age a secret. So basically, this is just a sharing to say that if you, this group of people, usually you all have a different set of thinking, because you will find that um you, it's like the way you think and the way you do will be much different as compared to people of another group of people like Generation X, Generation Y, and you will be, yes, you are millennials. Those between 20 to 30 are considered as millennial generation, for your information. So you see, now the way you think, you will be surprised that you will think, you will think differently as compared to 20 years later, a new different generation emerge. Their way of thinking will be different. Okay? So when it's different again, you will find that you will have to change your way of doing things. Just like I'm not a millennial generation, but I have to adapt to the changing environment or the changing workforce to make sure that everything or the workforce is dealt with properly. Meaning the motivation. We need to understand the motivation. We need to understand what drives them. We need to understand what will make them move. Okay, so it's the same for every generation. When you move forward, the next generation that emerge in future is your turn to actually manage them. All right, so this is actually it is ever changing. Okay, so maybe in future, I'm not sure how the changing workplace will, what will become of new workplace, but I'm quite sure for changing workforce, it will still continue to change. As long as we change our mindset, things will change. All right. So why are customers important? Okay. For these, customers are important because they are the people that will create. Okay, let me not be mercenary to always write dollars and cents, but they are the people that will create jobs. Basically. Okay. When they spend, they patron the store, then there'll be jobs because we need people to serve them. Okay. And when there's job, there will be money that will be spent. So these go around. You want to call it a vicious cycle, you can use that out, but this is how it goes. But customers are important, and in today's customer are king society, it is important to be very consistent and provide high quality service in order for the company to be able to compete with competitors and be able to sustain. Okay, so these are things that will affect the organization. Will affect the organization. Just ask yourself, if let's say you go to retail shop A and B selling almost the same thing, definitely the shop that will provide you with better customer service will be the place that you will prefer to go there. Okay, prefer to be there to get things that you like as compared to another shop whereby the service is not as fantastic. Okay, that's why you see sometimes you have a lot of complaints like, I will not go to that shop anymore. That is the reason why, because customer satisfaction plays a very important part. And for managers, in order to manage, to create a good customer satisfaction experience or good customer experience in your organization, be it buying things, be it virtual, um, your employees' attitude and behavior does plays a very important part. Okay, therefore training will come in. Training your staff being friendly, especially those first line staff, operating staff, it will be something which is important. For certain products, the knowledge the prompt response to customer needs is also very important. Because nowadays people are looking at speed. So if let's say you're selling a product, your product knowledge has to be good. Okay, so basically customers are important, and customers are the main reason how an organization can survive. Okay. Okay, now the next one we talk about innovation. Usually in today's context or business today, the demand for innovation is very high. And innovation, it talks about exploring different things, different products, how things are being done, and in all areas. It's just like how iPad comes about, how iPhone comes about. All these are because of innovation. And in fact, using technology to improve everything is what is becoming. Even like iRobot, legless fan, all these are innovation. And it is important because it helps to create creativity and also expand the environment to be more challenging. So it is critical for managers to understand. And of course, in years to come, innovation, it is still something which in a lot of organizations they will encourage their staff to do. I'm not sure about whether those places that you know. In fact, some organization, right, they do have this called new creation or innovation box, whereby if staff feels that there's something which they want to innovate, they can just write and drop in the box. And the innovation that is being picked by the organization at the end of the day will be rewarded a prize or something. It depends on organization. Okay. Now, the next one, importance of social media. Of course, this one, without explaining, I believe that most of you will understand the importance of social media. Be it connecting with customers, we connect with our employees, our employers through intranet, through extranet, and they comes in form of electronic communication. As you see, like some social media, Facebook, I believe everyone has Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and billions of people are using this, and it's used to connect each other. And you realize that it's so powerful and so strong that any information or any happenings that happen now, it can be shared and disseminated and received at the other end within seconds. Okay, so this poses as a threat as well to organization if they're not doing well, like sharing information. It's just basically about sharing information. It can be pro and cons as well. It can be of advantage and disadvantage. So in a way, we have to manage the control of the flow of the social media. And nowadays, right, even like a lot of company, they have their own Facebook. Okay. However, there are people who argue that it is not something that is pleasing, but I will say that because this is what we call connectivity. So even like managing human resource, within the organization itself, we will have what we call emails, all these things. It is essential because in terms of communication, it serves as a very effective way of connecting and communicating with people around. Okay. Now the last part before I wrap up everything, it is talking about sustainability. Okay. So sustainability, be it economy, environmental, the concept of sustainability, right, it always dwells down to the widening of what we call corporate responsibility. So not only just managing it efficiently and effectively, but it is basically a challenge as well to a wide range of environmental and social challenges. And the word sustainability, it actually means different things to different people. So like example like World Business Council in terms of sustainable development, right? It's actually talking more on the scenario of Earth inhabitants, how they can live well with adequate resources. But for business perspective, right, sustainability will in fact deals with how the business can continue the ability in long run to increase, to integrate the opportunity. Okay, so these are things that are running in an organization in a sustainable way. So in fact, like factoring economics, integrated economics and environment, all these are into pursuing a business goals. Okay. However, nevertheless, we will explore more on these in the later chapters. Okay. So finally, when we talk about managers, definitely it matters because they are the people who will I won't say spearhead, but at least they are there to make sure that things are moving. Okay. And the relationship, the quality between them, the supervision can prove in terms of engagement, loyalty, and how they can create and contribute to make to provide better service to customer by providing better training to their staff. Okay, so managers actually create this middle section whereby they can assist or help the organization move forward. Okay, I've come to the end of the lecture today. Before I end the session, do I have any question from the class? Okay, I'll still be around, so please type your question in the chat box if you have anything that you want to ask pertaining to this module before you log out. There's no class tomorrow. The next class will be next Monday. Student guide is found in your course content. There is no class tomorrow because tomorrow I do not have. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Oh, tomorrow is for Group A. Tomorrow I do not have class with Group B. Yeah, tomorrow now there is class tomorrow morning at 8:30, but with Group A. I do not have class with Group B, which is this class. Afternoon there is no class. 12 to 3 there is no class. Okay, give me a second. Let me just check my latest timetable. Give me a second. You're checking for group which one? Group A or B? B. Okay, now on my schedule I do not have class at 12 to 3, and that time I have other classes, so there is no class tomorrow. Okay. They might have not updated the schedule, so let me just forward this to the administrator and have that updated. Okay, Group B, there is no class tomorrow. Group A, there is. Okay, Group A, I'll be having class at 8:30 to 11:30. Monday topic. Yes, Monday topic will be topic 2. You can just continue your question as I'll still be here to answer to them. Okay, class, I think some of you are a bit confused. You just need to follow your time schedule. So this group, you're in group B, right? Those who are in group B, just follow your timetable. If you're in group B, right, tomorrow there is no class. But if you're in group A, there'll be class at 8:30 to 11:30 tomorrow morning. Okay? Timetable C is group B. Group B. Okay, so group B, if it's group B, you don't have to come for class tomorrow because there's no class for group B. Okay, Jingting, I believe that they might not have updated the timetable. Let me just get in touch with the admin now. So probably you'll go into course content later to download the latest one. Okay, class, just remember for group B, there is no class tomorrow. Okay, so I will let the PE update the latest one in course content. So maybe you can check on the schedule later. All right. Group A there is, but not for group B. Okay, class, I'll stop the recording now, but you can still continue to type your question in the chat box. All right.